Most of us have this idea that building wealth is a straight line. You put in some money, you get a little back, and you just do that over and over. But that's not how it works at all. The real path follows this surprisingly predictable rhythm, a pattern that some people call the 8-4-3 rule. Let's dive in. So here's the core idea, and it's kind of mind-bending. The time it takes to earn a big chunk of money gets shorter and shorter the longer you stay in the game. You're doing the exact same thing month after month, but the results just get faster and faster. And that's the big question, right? It feels totally backward. How can your money possibly grow more in just 3 years than it did in the entire first decade? Well, the answer is the magic of compounding. That's when your money starts making its own money. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how that process creates these wild results.
To really get this, we're going to do something a little weird. We're going to start at the end, the part where all the action happens. We're talking about Phase 3, years 13 through 15. This is where that growth curve goes from a gentle slope to a straight-up vertical hockey stick.
Just let that sink in for a second. The amount of wealth you can build in just 36 months can be the same as what took you 144 months to build before that. Seriously, you get to a point where the market goes up 1% or 2%, and that one-day gain is more than you earn at your job in a whole month. It's a surreal feeling, for sure, but you have to earn your way there.
So how do you get to that incredible payoff? Well, let's rewind. It all starts with a long, and let's be honest, pretty boring foundation. The first 8 years are the most important, but they're also the hardest. This is where almost everybody gives up.
In these first 8 years, you were doing all the heavy lifting. I mean, the market is helping, sure, but it's kind of like when you ask a friend to help you move. You're breaking your back carrying the couches and the fridge, and they just carry a single lamp. You look at your portfolio in year 5 and you're thinking, is this even working? But that's not a bug in the system. It's a feature. This is the part that tests your character.
And that's the key takeaway here. The goal in this first phase isn't to get rich. It's to build a base. You have to pack that snow together really tight before you can push it down the hill and let it get huge. If you stop now because you're bored, you never even get to the good part.
Okay, now let's jump to the next phase. This is years 9 through 12, the 4 in our 8-4-3 rule. All of a sudden, things start feeling different. Your friend who was just carrying the lamp, well, they finally showed up with a moving truck. In good years, the market's growth can actually match or even beat the total amount of money you put in yourself. Now we're talking.
All right, all these analogies are great, but let's get real. Let's look at a concrete example so you can see the math for yourself.
So let's run a super simple scenario. You invest $500 a month, every single month, no matter what. You put it into a basic diversified stock market fund, and we'll just assume you get a 10% average annual return, which is pretty much the historical average for stocks over the long haul.
Okay, so after 8 years of that grind, that's 96 months of being disciplined, your portfolio is sitting at around 75 grand. That's great, but for almost a decade of work, you might be feeling like it's not exactly life-changing yet.
Now check this out. You do the exact same thing for just 4 more years, and your balance jumps to around $140,000. You gained almost as much in those 4 years as you did in the entire first 8. See? The acceleration is real.
And here's the grand finale. In only the next 3 years, your portfolio surges again, blasting past $200,000. You made that third chunk of money, the same amount as the first chunk, but this time it only took 3 years. The curve went from flat to steep to almost vertical.
And this one slide just sums it all up perfectly. Your first $70,000 or so took 8 years. The second block took 4 years, and the third took only 3. Same effort, but a radically different result.
So why is this so important? Well, understanding the 8-4-3 rule isn't just about the math, it's a total mental model. It completely changes how you think about investing and what you do with your money.
First, it just kills that need for get-rich-quick schemes. You stop looking for the winning lottery ticket and you start digging, because you know the real treasure takes time. Second, it makes you realize how crazy expensive it is to wait. Every year you put it off, you're just pushing that amazing payoff further and further away. And third, and this is a big one, it totally changes how you see market crashes. In those first 8 years, a crash is a gift. It's a fire sale that lets you buy out more of your investments for cheap.
Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? There's a super simple, actionable playbook to make the 8-4-3 rule work for you and to help you avoid the traps that can mess the whole thing up. Here we go. Step 1. Pick a goal for 15 years from now and actually give it a name. Make it real. Step 2. Automate your monthly investment. Your willpower is going to fail you, but automation won't. 3.
Keep it simple. Pick a low-cost fund like a global index fund so fees don't eat up your returns. And 4, this is the hardest part. Commit to not touching it. You have to let the machine do its work.
At the end of the day, this rule really shows why patience is the ultimate superpower in finance. The wealthy seem to make money so easily because they've built up enough to live permanently in that exponential phase. Your job is to simply survive the grind of those first 8 years so you can get there too.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. If you put in all that hard work for years, building that snowball, paying that price of discipline, will you have the patience to actually stick around and enjoy the incredible reward? Or are you going to walk away right before the main course is served?